Hey, welcome back to Nobody Sports. I'm Jay. This is Nick. Happy to wrap up our final episode of the divisional breakdowns.
Yeah,
Been a long journey.
it has.
Lots of learning. Lots of
Definitely.
frustrations. Lots of recordings that had to be redone over and over with no audio.
We battled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we did successfully record an entire episode with no audio.
Oh yeah.
It
It's
was
great.
user error.
Yeah.
Um, it was user error. So,
Mhm.
what sucks though about that episode is that it was gold.
Was it? Yeah, I know, right? Yeah,
It was gold. So,
yeah.
but that's okay. Those are gonna happen. It won't be the first. Oh, it was the first. It won't be the last.
Ooh, had our first hot mic moment
Yeah.
a couple episodes ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Fun.
I
Yeah.
made him a little nervous, but you
Yeah.
know what? Come on.
Say the least.
We all know they're smaller.
It is what it is. Look, what's done is done.
I love making them uncomfortable.
It is totally uncomfortable.
But
But what's done is done.
no fucks given over here.
No fucks.
He gives some fucks.
I do. You're the
no.
one who gives zero fucks.
No, because
Why?
Why? I'm tired of giving fucks.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to that zero.
Last time I gave a couple fucks away, I got to pay child support now. Okay, not cool.
Suboptimal.
It
Suboptimal.
cost me a lot of money. Actually, they were not given away. Holy shit, they were some expensive fucks.
Yeah.
I'd have been better off with hookers, but cheaper.
Yeah. Everyone pays.
We wonder why men are checking out of the dating scene.
Everyone pays.
Just saying.
So that's a great segue into the NFC West breakdown that we're about to do.
Which is Nick's division.
It is my
So,
division.
I'm going to preface just one thing, but basically Nick's going to take the floor.
No.
This division frustrates me a lot because now we know what we know. It's a really tough. It went from what should have been a pretty easy division to run through, but now with question marks and what we know now, which we'll get into, it's really tough because the teams that should be at the top of the division have just really big question marks that like could make it to where the third and fourth team could end up having a sneaky easy window into an easy division win in a playoff.
Well, I think this division's tough because you don't really I mean, you could say, okay, Cardinals or Seahawks, third, fourth. Some people feel Seahawks first even. I've seen Niners first. I've seen Rams first. Haven't seen too many Cardinals first, but it's not out of the possibility. It really isn't. This division is very. Any team can finish in any position. It really is like that. And it'll be interesting to see. Again, we absolutely want to hear your comments on it. See what you guys feel, how each of these divisions, break down. So definitely let us know what you think. But I think with that being said, we're going to break it down. Let's go back and start with the bottom again. Who do you feel that I think we should start there? I want to ask you, what's your last place team?
So I'm going to preface this with this team over the last 10 years has had the most injuries to starters in the NFL consistently. And that's a big reason why. And they are already getting bit with the injury bug. Now, I will say if it was not for the injuries. So originally, I had it Rams winning the division, Niners second. Then Stafford's back problems. Then I was like, ooh. And then I looked at the Niners' easy schedule, and I was like, Niners 1, Rams 2.
Okay.
But then, now, the Niners have a plethora of injuries and have no receiving core. So I'm looking at it, and this is where I could be horribly wrong because
Right.
they could get healthy around week 6 to week 8.
Right.
And if everybody else
Good
stays
time to get
healthy,
healthy.
exactly. But if they don't, and Christian McCaffrey, and there are so many ifs, George Kittle, there's just so many injury concerns. Ayuk's down, and I mean, even the players that are healthy have bad injury histories where it's like, do you trust them a whole season?
Yeah.
So I actually kind of have the Niners at the bottom, but only because I'm anticipating injuries and it's already happening.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. On paper, if they're healthy, they're vying to win the division.
And again, this is where it depends on how you see it. And here's the thing. Somebody's going to be accidentally right. Accidentally right.
Well,
I mean, because here's what I mean by that. Um, Paper reality. I got Seahawks at last. Now, a lot of people have Seahawks going first because, oh, they're having a good camp, this, that, or the other. They got Sam Darnold. I disagree. I think Sam Darnold is a quarterback that is definitely guilty of holding onto the ball a long time, longer than he should, right? And he's coming to an offensive line that gave up, 54 sacks last year. So, that doesn't spell good for, your offense, number one. Uh, number two, you did lose a couple. I mean, say what you will about DK Metcalf. I think he's solid. I think he's a good wide receiver. You do want him. That's a big loss. They also lost Tyler Lockett. They did get my boy Cooper Kupp. Which he's going back home from being from Eastern Washington and all. But I and Smith in what is it?
Smith and Jigba is a stud.
Is a stud. Yeah, absolute stud. So I just think that the Seahawks, I think the Cardinals and the Niners. What's that?
Don't forget about Jake Bobo.
Yeah, exactly.
I need more Bobo.
You need more Bobo.
Need more Bobo.
So I just don't think Sam Darnold. I mean, while I do like Sam Darnold's game, I just think him matched up with an offensive line that doesn't, perform as well as they should. Isn't going to be a winner here. And I just think that the Cardinals and the Niners, granted, as you just laid out, the Niners have some injuries. So, initially before we, all the preseason, that's when I kind of, got this list going. If we were to adjust.
The list has changed a lot from now to today. And that was my point, too, is my list is completely flipped because of the concerns.
And like I said, you can put any team in any order in this division. I mean, really. You are right. Kubiak being is a big upgrade.
Clint Kubiak.
Yeah.
They brought in. And what I like is that they do have a run game. Also, now this doesn't completely fix the O-line. Gray Zabel, though, is a really good first round pick.
Yeah.
So
it's not like they're not adjusting it.
He's a guard though, but he's played 1 through 5 in college, so he is very versatile and he's been dominant all over the place. So I really, really do like him. I like Clint Kubiak and I like some of the weapons and the way that they built it. And again, if Stafford injuries, and then the Niners aren't healthy. Because here's the thing: is it really came down to me because of that. I couldn't put the Rams or the Niners first. It's just there's too many question marks right now. But tell me if you've heard this before: the Cards started strong but faded hard at the end of the season.
Right.
And that's the trend there. Can Murray stay focused for a whole? So if Kyler Murray stays focused, actually the Cardinals have a good roster. But I trust the Seahawks. I like the culture there more. Yeah. I like what they're doing with the coaching staff. Honestly, I trust Sam Darnold more than Kyler Murray in a way, even though Kyler Murray's the more talented quarterback out of the two. He
absolutely is.
Sam Darnold's got a better head on his shoulders.
Sam Darnold does. And that's what I'm saying. I mean,
Kyler Murray's worried about Call of Duty after about week 8.
I'm not dismissing that the Seahawks can't finish first because they absolutely can.
You've got to put in your
absolutely can.
You got to put in your contract to pay your quarterback like fucking $50 million a year. Hey, no Call of Duty, jackass. You got to actually put that in the contract. That's a fucking problem.
We all have problems.
Nobody had to put that in Tom Brady's contract. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, he was in. Yeah.
No. Brady would have slapped a motherfucker for putting that in his contract. He'd be like, "Are you fucking think I'm playing?" He'd have looked up from his offensive playbook and bitch slapped a motherfucker.
Right.
The
defense for Seattle is solid. At least the secondary is. Weakness is kind of the run, defensive rush. But still a good enough defense to, like I said, possibly,
I will tell you this quietly, Witherspoon, Woolen, and Josh Jobe are quietly one of the best trios of cornerbacks in the NFL based on what they did last year.
Their secondary is tough.
And here's the thing is what we saw last year with them is actually the defense. So keep in mind, first year coach, Mike McDonald, defensive guy. You saw the first half of the year, actually, the defense struggled.
Right.
But then actually, and they still finished top 10. So this gives you an idea of the potential of this defense. Because the second half of the year, they started to really get a feel for the new scheme, like figure it out. The players started to be able to not have to think and play.
Right.
And then they turned that defense around. And so now we're coming into year 2 with it. And these players know that system. I think that defense only gets better, which I was really surprised because when you move on from Pete Carroll and then you hire a guy, who I get, defensive coordinator for the Ravens, I was surprised. I questioned that hire. I was like, you're going from Pete to this guy. I kind of like what he's doing there. I love the fact that he brought in Kubiak. I think that helps a lot with the O-line, or with he's going to help a lot with his zone blocking scheme. I think he helps that O-line be an average O-line. Not dominant, but average. And behind the running game that they have, who's it? Charbonnet, I think is the one. Yeah, so Kenneth Walker needs to stay healthy, but even Charbonnet, they've got some runners.
And then they got Bush State's guy too. He stepped in the preseason.
Who?
God, terrible with the names. Terrible with the names.
If Onwasu, who never stays healthy but has a ton of potential but can only play 2 games and then gets injured, if Onwasu can finally figure out how to even just play 12 games out of the year, that's a 10-sack guy, I think.
Yeah. No, Seattle's going to be...
Added DeMarcus Lawrence. Again, hurt early last year, but if he's healthy, that's a 12 to 15 sack guy. That's his ceiling.
Yeah.
No, he's good.
I know
DeMarcus
he's good.
Lawrence has quietly been good on a shitty Cowboy squad.
Yeah.
So it doesn't show up a lot, but he's one of the better pass rushers.
I think there's just a lot of questions, and again, this division is so tough. I had them last when we started, like when we wrote down notes for research. Now,
Marquez Valdez game.
It's one of these things where I almost want to change my pick a little bit, just because of what's happened in preseason. But I'm going to go with it. I believe, I'm going to stick to my, conviction and predict that. The third place team I've got is the Cardinals. I think the pressure's on Kyler Murray. That's for sure. The pressure is on the Cardinals to win. And it's not like they don't have weapons, because they do. I love James Conner.
Underrated.
Yeah.
Trey McBride, actually, one of the best tight ends last year that no one talked about.
Right.
And Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be a problem.
And that's the thing. I think that if he becomes a problem for people, then that's going to be a good thing for
fewest sacks
fans.
From the O-line. This is what pisses me off about the Cardinals and Kyler Murray. You have a good O-line.
They do.
How is this not a team? How is this not a perennial playoff team? What the fuck? Why is it, again, like I said before, tell me if you heard this before, Cards started strong, man. I tell you, first 7 games, Cardinals are Super Bowl contenders.
Right.
And then after week 8, second half of the season, they fade hard. They run into a brick fucking wall.
And here's the thing. I could see Kyler Murray doing the things that, Jalen Hurts does. And Patrick Mahomes does. And Josh Allen does.
Calais Campbell came back for his, 30th season now. How old is that guy?
He is.
It's crazy? He still had 5 sacks last year, though.
That's it.
I love Calais Campbell's voice, too. His interviews. He's got the coolest voice.
But I do think, I'm not saying Kyler Murray is those guys. I'm just saying he can be.
I like this, though. They did draft Will Johnson, a cornerback, who he was comped with Pat Surtain, actually.
That's actually who I wrote down, too. That's a...
Buda Baker. Fucking absolute
I love
stud.
Buda Baker. But when your comp is Surtain, that's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's a good comp.
It's a good way to start.
Now we'll see, though.
We'll see.
Yeah. 50% of picks pan out and don't. Exactly. And everyone's got a cool comp.
Exactly. Everyone loves their draft picks. So, but then
I once got comped to Chris Hemsworth.
What?
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the body of a god.
Yeah. Oh, got it.
Fat Thor.
That's your. Oh, you're the fat Thor.
Yeah,
got it.
Yeah.
That makes sense now.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah. Now when you add the context, it all makes sense.
That is a good comparison. I like it.
Just got to grow out the hair, dye it blonde.
But no, don't you feel like this is a make or break season for the Cardinals? Or especially with Kyler Murray.
I don't know. It's make or break because where they're at out in the desert. I mean, It doesn't, like, I will say this. I mean, they don't seem to just fire coaches after a year regular. They gave
No,
Kingsbury quite a shot
they
there.
did.
Now they won't let you stay there forever, like the
Right.
Steelers, but
Right.
like they they seem to give their coaches a good 5 6 year run pretty consistently, which I don't hate from ownership.
No.
But I will say the fan base isn't as it's not as, and I'm not trying to knock the fan, but it's not as fanatical as like say like a Cowboys or Eagles fan base, or you know what I mean,
Right.
where like, because I mean literally if
They go Super
I
Bowls.
lived in DFW for a while, and this was back when Romo was the quarterback. I shit you not, even Michael Irvin, like the radio shows there was crazy. One week, they literally were like, this dude needs to get like tarred and feathered and shit. Like they were just hating him because he threw a fourth quarter interception. Next week, game winning drive. How come nobody puts respect on this man's name? This guy's a future Hall of Famer week to week. And I'm just like, you guys are, do you not hear how retarded or how special you're sounding right now?
Fanatics
you know?
be fanaticking.
Yeah, and it's just like, I will say the Cardinals fan base, of course, they want the Cardinals to win, but they do
They do.
seem a little bit more reasonable than a lot of other fan bases. We'll put it that way. So it's actually kind of complimentary. So it's like,
God,
you know,
that was I've been to one game at SoFi, and that's we got to. It was during the Super Bowl year, and Cardinals were in town. Seeing Kyler Murray live, TV doesn't do him justice. That dude is fast. That
Oh, he
dude
is.
Is just
That's what
fast.
sucks. He is really talented.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you look at him and you're
Not
like, why?
consistent.
Like you said earlier, why isn't this team in the playoffs? They have the potential. You know.
The pass rush hurt him last year, but that
Yeah.
they should get healthy. They added Josh Sweat. That's the thing, is on paper, actually, the Cardinals, with the question marks to the other two teams, they should be the one who wins.
Again.
But they underachieve, and a lot of it is Kyler.
Yes.
Falling apart at the end of the year. Kyler underachieves.
Again, can I see the Cardinals in fourth? Yes. Third? Yes.
Look at
Second?
what Cliff Kingsbury's doing with Jaden Daniels, a quarterback who actually cares about football.
Ooh. It's a low blow.
No, you can be mega talented, and I'm not saying,
I
but
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Football's not his number one. He's talking shit with, getting fucking murked by 8-year-olds on Call of Duty until midnight, getting mad. Speaking of Fat Thor, he's got to call Fat Thor in to go tell the kid to fuck off, like the rock monster.
Noob nest.
Yeah.
He's at it, Thor. He's back again.
Right, yeah, he's back again.
He's back again. That's good. No, but I do. I mean, I could see the Cardinals fourth, third. Just depends. And if everything goes right, they could even be first. You have injuries to the Niners, Rams, Seahawks don't play as good.
9 or 10 win
Cardinals can be in
team
first.
that fades late in the season.
They fade away.
And honestly, that's not even a bold prediction. That's just a Tuesday for the Cardinals. Based on recent events. Just a Tuesday.
So I had the Cardinals in third.
Best scene from the worst movie ever, though. Name that movie.
Which one? What did you say?
I call it Just a Tuesday. Just another Tuesday. Worst movie ever, but greatest line with one of the greatest performances.
You're gonna hate me. I don't know.
Street Fighter.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
I call that Just a Tuesday. Like, that movie's horrible, but that one scene is gold.
That is gold.
Yeah, what the fuck's that actor's? I love that actor. He's so good. He's the Addams Family guy too.
Yeah,
is it
yeah,
Raul
yeah.
or something? It's something.
Yeah. Raul.
Julia. It could be Raul Julia. Yeah, that dude's a beast. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, we got Street Fighter references going now. I call it Just Another Tuesday. Fucking great.
No, but and then in second, I'm gonna put the Niners. I am gonna go a homer and pick my team to win the division, only if Stafford stays healthy. I mean, I'm not unrealistic person that if Stafford doesn't stay healthy, then of course we're not winning the division. I mean, I like Jimmy G. He's a good backup. I think that's kind of what Jimmy G has shown. I mean,
here's what I did. Here's what I have. Is
think
Stafford? My first note for the Rams is Stafford going to play and be healthy?
Right.
If so, this is a Super Bowl contender.
100%.
But without Stafford, this is a 7-9 win team. Don't trust Garoppolo at all. But added Devontae Adams. I do like that.
love Devontae Adams.
But they really need, which he has played better. Now they need him to play. Tutu Atwell has got to step up.
Tutu Atwell does have to step up.
And I think he can, but there's still a little bit of a question mark there.
Our 1 and 2 receivers
It was
are
his
set.
ceiling last
Right.
year.
The
because
one
he sucked at first. A lot of people were calling him a bust.
he
Sorry, go ahead.
no. You're right. At the beginning of his career, I even felt, I was like, man, that it's not working out the way we thought. But you're right. Our 1 and 2 wide receivers are absolutely set. Who's our third? And he's got to step up.
Here's the other thing too. Puka Nakua does not stay healthy for whole seasons.
Well, see, I mean, he plays physical. That's has a
Cooper
lot to
Kupp.
do with it. Cooper Kupp, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and
And that's what you want in your wide receiver. I'm sorry, that's what you pay them
no,
to do.
you want your wide receiver to play physical, but you want him to be healthy like Anquan Bolden. You want him
For
to play
sure.
through a broken jaw for 9 months or 6 months, whatever it is, jaw wired shut, still
Right.
laying defensive backs out.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have heard the mic'd up because like even though he couldn't talk when his jaw was wired, he was like grunting shit at people. He was. He was still like talking shit through his closed jaw.
You know what's funny, and I am going
Like
to
he's
say
wrecking
this,
kids.
and call me Homer, whatever, but everyone talks about the Rams' offense. What they don't talk about is the Rams' defense, and the Rams' defense, I've said a lot of teams are top 5 defenses. I think the Rams' defense can be. I definitely think they're a top 10 defense.
D-line may be the best in the NFL, with Jared Verse being an absolute monster leading their front. Fisk looks promising. Turner's also a stud coming into his 3rd year.
All of them are
New
studs.
nose tackle Poona Ford is an upgrade from Bobby Brown.
Yep.
And Bobby Brown wasn't horrible last year too, by the way. He was solid for him.
Right.
Byron Young looks good as well.
Byron Young.
Secondary looks solid, but safeties need to be better, and they should be. Cam Kitchens was a rookie last year, so it was really young. But the safety was the big. Actually, the safeties are really the biggest question mark on the defense. But it's not that much of a question mark because Kitchens, who's a rookie last year, he got better throughout the year, and actually, when he finished, wasn't horrible, and it looks like he should progress.
So if we can, let's just say Stafford. And here's
thing. What I did.
I hate talking that Stafford's.
I'm counting on. Unfortunately, well, I'm not. I don't wish this on anyone.
Right.
I don't think I just because here's my problem with Stafford is that even if he suits up for week 1, Stafford does not, and I love this about Stafford. This is why I love Stafford. Like that clip where he hurt his shoulder and shit came back in. I mean, heroic.
That's the guy that we're
gladiator
talking
shit.
about. Right.
But here's the problem is that actually Stafford, instead of hanging in the pocket to get fucking wrecked by this massive defensive lineman to get that first down and hang in there, actually, I want you to throw the ball away and avoid that hit and punt the ball.
Yeah.
Stafford's not going to do that, though.
Yeah.
I want you to only do that in the playoffs.
Yeah.
We have a good defense. Just throw it away. Fuck it. We'll take the field goal. We'll punt. I don't think Stafford does not know how to play that way. It's not in his DNA.
No,
he's an Iron Man. He's going to stand in, and by week 4, he's barely going to be able to move and be on a fucking wheelchair, probably, based on what I'm hearing about his back right now. So based on that, though, because I like the defense so much and I like the coaching, I'm locking them in at 9 wins. But that's me counting on Stafford not playing the whole season. So if Stafford plays the whole season, I'm way wrong. It's a Super Bowl contender.
Mm-hmm.
Niners get healthy, I'm way wrong. They're even kind of, I don't know about, I think they lost to, but they're a playoff team for sure with that schedule.
Well, I think them getting Robert Saleh back is going to be
that.
huge.
Mm-hmm.
And I think every Niner fan is like, oh, that's what we needed.
Yeah, but the injuries, though, you guys need to stay healthy. You guys need to stop getting injured. I want to look at, you mentioned this before, but I saw the stats literally over the last 10 years. I need to look up exactly, but I'm pretty sure it's over the last 10 NFL season, the Niners have had the most starters injured every year. Like, and you think about
when
it.
you think back on it, you're like, okay, did I have McCaffrey?
Bosa,
and was
McCaffrey.
Did I have Debo?
Debo's been hurt. George Kittle gets hurt all the time. Like, I mean, they're a physical team.
You want to say that, well, that's the NFL and it happens to everybody.
Drake Greenlaw gets hurt a lot, but it seems to happen a lot more to the Niners. I don't know what's going on with their training staff. I don't know if it's that Bay Area woke shit going. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Maybe they're spending too much time at the Rice-A-Roni. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but they're getting injured too much.
Yeah.
I think it's a San Francisco treat, right? Rice-A-Roni?
It is. It is.
I remember something like that when I was a kid. Either way, no one cares.
So the Super Bowl is this year too.
Okay.
So where do you? So you said that you have Niners where 9?
I have. So here's my actual.
I've got them at 9-8. That's where I have them at. I have them at second. And then initially I put, the Cardinals at what is it? 8-9.
Okay, so here's what I've got here for the wrap up tonight. Still not liking the early injuries and the history of injuries with this team. 7-win team, and if they get healthy, I could be horribly wrong with this prediction.
Yeah,
Much along the lines of the Rams.
Yeah.
But I'm just looking at, based on the information I have now, they're valid concerns that I have.
Yeah, and 8 starters different from last year, by the way, for the Niners. 8.
But by the way, Seahawks, here's what I have. Again, say you're going to see a trend here. 11 wins, only because of the injuries to the Niners and Stafford injury concerns. So I think they are one and done in the playoffs. But if Stafford stays healthy and the Niners get healthy, then this prediction will be horribly wrong. Laugh out loud.
Right. So I think you're right. This division is hands down impossible to predict.
There's too many other...
It's like, I'll say this if this happens, but I'll say this if that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, that happens in other divisions too, but it seems to be big.
What's funny is out of all the teams, though, well, the Rams are but the Cardinals might have the most talented looking team on paper. But I don't trust them at all.
Right.
And it's not even... I like their head coach.
And
I like the defense. I like what he's doing with the defense. Kyler Murray. He's talented, though. I will say this. He's actually got good instincts. This is what pisses me off about him, is this guy's talented enough. I mean, the talent's all there, but he's not... Football's not his first love. It's not.
How many playoff teams do you see out of this division?
It depends.
Again, I'll answer, but I have to preface it.
So if the Niners get healthy and Stafford is healthy and only misses like 4 to 6, if Stafford misses less than 6 games and is healthy for the playoffs, then yeah, there's 2 playoff teams. It's the Rams and the Niners.
Yeah, I mean,
if the fucking Stafford falls apart, the Niners continue to fall apart like they already are. So here's the other thing too. The Niners, check this out. This is how desperate the Niners are. They just traded a pick for Sky Moore.
No.
2nd round bust for the Chiefs.
Traded a pick.
Dang. Yeah. I mean, the fact that we were about to cut him because that was a loss. That's one of Brett Veach's mistakes, right? That was one of Brett Veach's worst 6th round picks is Sky Moore. And they're like, here's what I will say though. It's easy to hate on him because he drops the ball a lot as a receiver. He's actually a good punt returner. We just have Nico Remigio, who's even better. But actually, Sky Moore will help their special teams. Mm-hmm. But they got him, though, because they need a receiver. So,
well, I mean,
they're going to actually be counting on him.
Right. And
in the early part of the season.
When you look at the question, I mean, how many playoff teams are going to be there?
Without Patrick Mahomes.
Right. You're going to have Eagles and Commanders, I think, in the East. Lions and Packers in the North. So there's 4 teams, right? The division winner of the South, maybe a playoff team, probably not. So, and then I think the math does add up for 2 division winners if you got one from the South. But if one of those South teams, and I can't see the Falcons beating out the 2nd place team in the West. I think at least the
NFC North, though, if JJ McCarthy, because if you remember, if JJ McCarthy plays solid, the NFC North's put 3 teams in again.
They can. I mean, that's just it. Maybe you have to hope,
especially when you look at Stafford and the injuries too.
Right.
The
exactly.
Niners.
Exactly. So
when Ricky Pearsall is your number 1 option, and then Sky Moore is your number 2 option, that's
I think
bad.
What's most likely, if the NFC doesn't get 2 teams in, it's because Minnesota is in the North. Mm-hmm. I would agree with that.
Yep.
Completely. More than I would say an Atlanta team getting in or a 3-team NFC West. I don't see a 3-team NFC West playoff picture at all.
No.
I think it's just going to be 2.
Well, actually, I could see, because again, so JJ McCarthy doesn't play very good. Mm-hmm. Vikings are out. The thumb with the Packers and stuff. Let's say the Packers, Jordan Love doesn't always stay healthy. Jordan Love goes down.
Okay, that would have to happen for them to not make
right.
it.
So I could still see, because here's the thing: is the Seahawks and Cardinals. I could see them being a wild card team, but I just don't trust Kyler Murray, honestly.
I think, is this the first division? Well, no, the AFC West. You kind of weren't in on the Raiders possibly making the playoffs. But
no.
Is this a division where you feel that any one of the 4 teams can make the playoffs? Like, I mean,
yes.
all 4 of the teams you can
depending
see a
on what happens.
situation.
Well,
Depending
it's
on what
easy
happens,
to see a scenario because
where
of what we
each
know
one
now.
of them can make the playoffs.
Now,
Yes, I
preseason,
would agree with
before
that.
the injuries and before we know what we know now, totally
Right.
different story. But now with what's happened, yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if the Cardinals won the division. I wouldn't be shocked however it works out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, that's a good breakdown of the West, and that wraps up all of our division breakdowns. I'm excited for. I agree with you. I think what we do for our preview to we wrap up kind of what we've talked about, and then we get down into it for week one. Definitely excited about it's just right around the corner, and deciding what we're gonna do, and we're definitely gonna have a lot of fun. That's for sure. So
no, definitely.
yeah,
Oh, excited. Good shit.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
So next time you see us, we'll be talking about who we think's going to do what for the Super Bowl. Who's going to be in San Francisco? What is it? I think it's in February. I used to be in January when I grew up. Now the Super Bowl is in February. So it'll be exciting to see who we think's going to be competing for the Lombardi from AFC and NFC.
Mahomes gets his revenge against the Baker Bucks.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'd love to see my boys there, but initially and we'll talk more about this in the next episode, of course. I wanted it last year. I hope it happens this year. I wouldn't mind seeing a Bills Lions Super Bowl. I just love.
That would be good.
I mean, just entertainment value alone.
Here's though what sucks about that is so why what the Lions and what the I don't want two teams that I want to win because
I know
then one of them has to lose.
Right.
Like I'd prefer it to be like some crazy shit happens and somehow it's like somehow the Broncos came through in the play, even though I hate the Donkeys, but then the Lions just fucking smash them in the Super Bowl, just fucking wreck them. Like I'm talking set a fucking record, like fucking 70 to fucking 3, and fuck you, Sean Payton, go home.
Yeah, but that's just talking from the woman scorn because they beat the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game, right? In order for that scenario to play out.
That's true. Yeah, they would have to. But I'll be honest. I said the two teams that I don't want to see as a Chiefs fan in the playoffs are the Bills and the Broncos. I'll take all the other choke artists you throw at us.
Well, we'll talk more about that on the next episode.
Give me Lamar Jackson and the Ravens in the divisional round, baby. I love it when he shuts down.
I think you can move on.
Yeah.
We're on to Cincinnati. Maybe they might be on to Cincinnati. Well,
good. We'll take them too. They fucked up with their
I don't
think
think
shit. Cincinnati will never beat Mahomes again.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Never again.
Never again. No. Mahomes is like Brady. That's part of what makes.
I remember that.
So like Michael Jordan and Brady and Mahomes, like they hold grudges, right?
Yeah.
They remember shit. I'm telling you right now, when the mayor came out and did that Burrowhead shit, Cincinnati will never beat the fucking Chiefs again as long as Mahomes can fucking stand up and hold a football.
Yeah.
He will make sure it does not happen.
Well, we'll talk more about that one on the next episode.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I can't wait.
All right.
Can't wait. Well, I hope you guys liked this one, and we're out.
All right. Peace out.